Oh, it's been a while, isn't it? Oh. Raw mixing. Yes, you can. All right, lovely. It seems that everything's in order. Right. So, in case the title didn't make it obvious enough, my friends at college. So as a joke, I started to read my immortal to them. Just as a bit of a joke. And they got so into it that they held me down and they threatened to break all my bones if I didn't read the rest. So yes, in order to extend my life, I will be reading the rest of my immortal. I am planning to go through the whole thing. Yeah, hopefully it won't take more than a couple of hours, but we'll see. I've got a big tall glass of water. That's probably going to be done by the end of it. I'd say it's about time we started. Ooh, the song's just on a start when the next song starts. Come on. Ah, there we are. My Immortal. Chapter 1. Author's Note. Special thanks. Get it, 'cause I'm Gothic. To my GF. You, not in that way. Raven. Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. My Chemical Romance rocks. Hi, my name's Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tip that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Jared Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale, white skin, I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white and a black leather miniskirt, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. Apologies if I mumble up my words a bit. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. "Hey, Ebony," shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked. "Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go. Author's note. Is it good? Please tell me, thanks. Right, I'd say that's a good enough time for a break. The Johan inner monologue. Lovely there. Alright, I'm already hating this, but let's keep going. Oh god, they keep getting longer. Chapter 2. Author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, preps, stop flaming my story, okay? The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long, waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. Oh my fucking god, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so, I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh, my fucking god, I screamed. I love Good Charlotte. They are my favourite band, besides My Chemical Romance. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. Yeah, this might take a while. Chapter 3. Author's note. Stop flaming the story preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair, made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some Good Charlotte. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. When I put on some black lipstick, I didn't go and put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They were to play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note. A lot for cool boys were it okay. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked back to his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666, and flew to the place with the concert. On the way we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold. You're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mum. She sets you free into this life. Sang Joel. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sang, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked, as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me all protective. Really? I said, because I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hilary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got Good Charlotte concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back to Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. Next chapter. So just so people can be aware, I'm not going to look at the chat. I'll only look at the chat between each chapter, so I won't see anything that you say while I'm reading. So let's catch up. No speedrun, unfortunately. I might pick up the pace a little bit, perhaps, depending on how long this gets, but yeah, no. No, they're right. This is a very delicate story that must be handled with the utmost of care. Maybe I should change the title to My Immortal ASMR. Maybe that will get more people in. Can I wish Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway? Oh yeah, it is it's in the bot. Yeah, you can. That's how this started. I'm just let's continue. Oh, it's a short one. Chapter 4. Author's note. I said shut the fuck up. Stop claiming, okay? Ebony's name is Ebony, not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony, he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing colour contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness, and then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. Then, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top, and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Oh, 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 I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore. Oh, you changed the title for me, did you? Let me see it. Ah, love you. Well, that was steamy, wasn't it? Shan't we continue? Chapter 5. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you phlegm, it means you're a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is because he had a headache. Okay, and on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Dumbledore made and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. Then Draco shrieked. Because I love her. Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine. Very well. You may go to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom, and he started to sing. He started to sing an ad, apparently. You just had to kill the mood, didn't you, YouTube? There we go. Where were we? Draco was standing in front of the bathroom, and he started to sing, I Just Want to Live, by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room. If there are some long pauses in between sentences, it's because I'm moving away from the mic to swallow spit and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you want to hear me just constantly swallowing shit. I mean, unless you guys, unless you want that, in which case I'm more than happy to oblige. Chapter 6. Author's note. Shid up preps, okay? P.S. I want update up till you give me 5 good reviews. The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end, and a matching top with red skulls all over it, and high heel boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 red crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple. In the great hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood. Seemed redundant to me, but okay. Suddenly someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. Bastard, I shouted angrily. I regretted it. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses, just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko. I'm so sorry, he said, in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Oh. So no mouth noises then? Oh. Pity. Oh well. It's plenty nasty already, isn't it? Chapter 7. Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys. I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. N. By the way, I won't write the next until I get 10 Godvons. Stow Flaming, or I'll report you. Evany isn't a Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanitz. N. She has problems. She's depressed for God's sake. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist stings on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Meru Sue to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs, excitedly, with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine and we had sex. See, is that stupid? Oh, Draco, I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, vampire. I was so angry. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what. But I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker, I yelled. Yes, the quote really does set the mood, doesn't it? Especially since it's from this chapter. That's very interesting. Is that a coincidence or is it... No, okay, it's randomly generated, so it just happened to be the same chapter. Alright, cool. Lovely. Let's continue. Chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep. Everyone in class stared at me, then Draco came into the room even though he was naked and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend, Bloody Mary Smith, smiled at me understandably. She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires and one of them is a witch. But Voldemort killed her mother and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. What is it you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Draco, I'm bi, and so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany and a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to bust into tears. Yes, that is exactly what a prep is. A smart, shallow, popular kid, supposedly. The antithesis of the Goths. Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So is not my fault if Dumbledore swears. I said he had a headache, and the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry now is 'cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. My Chemical Romance rocks. I was so mad and sad I couldn't believe Draco for cheating me. I began to cry. So, if I ever have to dip like that again, just keep in mind that I share a house with 4 other people, so please bear with us. Now, where was I? Yes. I was so mad and sad, I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then, all of a suddenly, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. "No," I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, "Imperious," and I couldn't run away. "Crookshanks," I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broomstick and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a Satanist, a sadist, so I stopped. Pardon me. "Ebony," he yelled, "thou must kill Vampire Potter." I thought about Vampire and his sex eyes, and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him, and they broke up? "No, Voldemort," I shouted. Voldemort gave me a gun. "No, please," I begged. "Thou must," he yelled. "If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco." "How do you know?" I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude you're so retarded look on his face. "I have telekinesis," he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco," he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. No, we actually have to scroll down for this one. I was so scared and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. "Draco," I said. "Hi." "Hi," he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing... that scared me. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Jared Way. "Are you okay?" I asked. "No," he answered. "I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled." "That's okay," he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together making out. Cheers for the follow there. This is brilliant. It is a work of art, I agree. Chapter 10. Author's note. Stud up it, you gay people. If you do not lick my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all. In she and vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses. Okay. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset. Went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it and I play guitar. People say we sound like a cross between Good Charlotte, Slipknot, and My Chemical Romance. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, and Ron, although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid. Oh, Hagrid. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way to kill a vampire is with a C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and a tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily. Then I said, well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice. Even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you, fucking poser muggle bitch. See, is that out of character? I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see. You see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. I think I'm going to run out of water before this. Chapter 11. Author's note. I said shut up. Author's note. I said stop flaming. Up, preps. See if this chapter is stupid. 1111. It deals with really serious issues. See for yourself if is stupid. Brr. Thanks to my friend Raven for flipping me. I do my best here. Please bear with. Should I put a trigger warning in the title? Yes, go ahead. No, I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her fuck off and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room, 'cause he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I yes, put the trigger warning in, yes. Then I slit both my wrists. They got all over my clothes. So I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandally. I put on a black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out of the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. You fucking pervs. Stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? Yes, that is good. Thank you. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra, he yelled, at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No, he shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and he waved his wand, and suddenly Hagrid ran in outside on his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily, but I am also a Satanist. This cannot be, Snape said in a crisp voice, as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens might be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I do not know whether to feel shocked or happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said. And he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic? Snap asked, in a little afraid voice, because he was a friend. It meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her. Chapter 12. Author's note. Stop F-ing, okay? Hagrid is a pedo to a lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address that issue. How do you know Snap ain't Christian? Plus Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? I was about to slit my wrists again with the silver knife Drago had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must go together. No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream. Oh my fucking god. No, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into a lightning bolt. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation. Snap and Lupin, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned back into a lightning bolt. Save me. Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office, now recovering from my slit wrists. Snap, Lupin, and Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered because they were paedophiles, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera they took of me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding up a bouquet of roses. "Enobi, I need to tell you something," he said in a serious voice, giving me the roses. "Fuck off," I told him. "You know I fucking hate the colour pink anyway. And I don't like fucked up preps like you," I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. "No, Enobi," Hagrid said. "Those are not roses." "What, are they goths too, you poser prep?" I asked because I was angry he had brought me pink roses. "I saved your life," he yelled angrily. "No, you didn't," I replied. "You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pee video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated. See, is that spelled wrong? To it," he added silently. "Whatever," I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. "These aren't roses." He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, "Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. Hat's not a spell. That's a My Chemical Romance song." I corrected him wisely. "I know." Not again. "Oh, really? That's lovely." Ha 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 ha. Oh, interesting. Now, where were we? I know. I was just warming up my vocal cords. Then he screamed, "Petulus merenco mi keremisi romasio." For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute, specifically for Raven. I love you, girl. Lamau noto okeo. Then the rose turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black, and now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. Where the fuck is Draco? Oh, Draco. Hagrid rolled his eyes, and I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. "You see, Enobi," Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. "To see what is in the flames. Haha, you reviewers. Flames, get it? You must find yourself first, Kay." "I have found myself okay, you mean old man," Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back to his bed. "You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore." Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who that is, you're a prep, so fuck off. And I put on the blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. "You look kawaii, girl," Bloody Mary said sadly. "Fangs, get it? You do too," I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put on the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. "Hi," he said in a depressed way. "Hi back," I said, in a quilly said way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful, red, gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. "Stop it now, you horny simpletons." shouted Professor McGoggle. He was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker, I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I loved Draco, I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then, he started to scream. Oh my fucking god, no, my scar hurts. And then, his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him in bondage. Special thanks to Raven, my Gothic's blood sister. What the fuck are you supposed to read this one? Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater? Yes, it was a familiar song. I did recognize it. Chapter 13. Author's note. Raven, thanks for helping me again. I'm sorry I took your poser of Jared, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Perhaps stop flaming. Vampire and I ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore, we both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco, we shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't. We need to save Draco, we begged. No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco, not after he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he frowned, looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco, he moaned. Author's note. Don't you thick gay guys are like so hot? It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then, suddenly, we were in Voldemort's lair. We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Allah Kavera, Allah Kedavra. It was Voldemort. Alright, chapter 13. This is where we left off last time. It's the fetishization for me. Yes, absolutely. That's the best part of it. Fetishization. Alright, so from this point onward, it's all entirely unknown to me. I don't know where we're going to end up. I don't know how far we're going to go, but how long have we been going on for? 55 minutes, alright. Well, let's see how far we can get, can't we? Are we ready? Chapter 14. Author's note. Fuck off, preps. Okay. Raven, thanks for helping again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed and I had to go to the hospital because I slit my wrists. P.S. I'm not updating until you give me 10 God reviews. Warning. Some of this chapter is extremely scary. Viewer excretion advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. Draco was there, crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him. Vampire and I ran in front of Snaketail. Rid my sight, you despicable preps, he shouted. As we started shooting him with the gun, then suddenly he looked at me and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. Ebony, I love you, will you please have sex with me? He said. In this, he is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay? Huh? I asked. Ebony, I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You torture my BF and you expect me to fuck you? God, you are so fucked up, you fucking bastard, I said angrily. Then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like it was a fountain. No, he screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Snaketail, what art thou doing? Called Voldemort. Then he started... One chapter into the unknown, I already corpse. Oh, what the fuck, what the fuck. It's not even a misspelling or anything, it's just fucking now. Oh god. He broke, yeah. This is the one that broke me. Oh god. Alright. Let's freaking pick this up. Snaketail, what art thou doing? Called Voldemort. Then he started coming. We could hear his high heels clacking to us. So we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. There I started crying. What's wrong, honey? Asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a sex pack. Get it? 'Cause he's so sexy. And a really huge you-know-what and everything. It's so unfair, I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here except for Bloody Mary because she's not ugly or anything? Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like the preps anyway. They are such fucking sluts, answered Draco. Yeah, but everyone's in love with me. Like Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me and now even Snaketail is in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay, Draco? Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily. And don't worry, Ebony is not a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking curse, I shouted. Then I ran away. Ugh. Pardon me. Oh, so this fucking story, it does shit to me. 1 second, I'm going to turn the gain slightly down, just so you can hear my sister less in the background. Okay. Okay, okay, I don't know how much that worked. Suffering from success, yeah. Alright, I'm not sure how this sounds. How does this sound? Hopefully that sounds alright. Yeah, I mean, you can still hear her because she's a loud bastard, but yeah. Right, hopefully that reduces some of it. Ahem. Chapter 15. Author's note. Shut up. Stop. Ugh, I keep messing around with that one. I keep thinking it's an anagram because it's spelled so weird. Chapter 15. Stop flamin', okay? By the way, you suck from none on every tim someone flams me. I'm going to slip my wrists. Thanks to Raven for the helpin'. Ebony, shouted Draco sadly. No, please, come back. But I was too mad. Whatever. Now you can go have sex with Vampire, I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with my blood-red key. It had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to slit my wrists. I drank the blood all depressed. Then I looked at my black Good Charlotte watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short ripped black gothic dress that said anarchy on the front in blood red letters and was all ripped, and a spiky belt. Under that I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them with blood red letters. I put my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly the guitar turned to Draco. "Enobi, I love you," he shouted sadly. "I do not care what those fucker preps and posers think. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit suicide all the time. Now I just want to fucking be with you. I fucking love you." Then he started to sing the good chronicles of life and death. We considered it our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it, right in front of the entire class. His singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Gerard, Joel, Chester, Pierre, and Marilyn Manson. Author's note: if you don't think those guys are so hot, if you not know who they are, get the fuck out od her. "Oh my fucking god," I said after he was finished. Some fucking prep stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle fingers that were covered in black nail polish and intertwined with Draco's now at them. "I love you," I said. Then we started to kiss, just like Hilary Duff. I fucking hate that bitch. And CMM in a Cinderella store. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that My Chemical Romance would have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other, all shocked, and then we went together. Yeah, see how when I don't know exactly what's happening, my reading goes to shit. Put brackets in the title. Not for but. Your wish is my command. There we go. All right. Well, now that all the preps and the pros and the posers know not to come here, shan't we continue? Chapter 16. Author's note. You know what? Sut up, okay? Prove to me you're not preps. Raven, you suck, you fucking bick. Gimme back my fudgkin sweat, you're stupid to writ this. Raven, what the fuck, bitch, you're supposed to do this. By the way, thanks to Brittany5655 for checking my Japanese. Oh, this is going to be a good one. A lot of drama here too. I'm noticing now Raven is gone. Is no longer a part of our is no longer one of the Gothics. Now that's a shocker. She's been an absolute cornerstone of the meta story around us so far. I don't know how we'll continue without her. Oh well. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. There we saw the stage where Good Charlotte had played. We ran in happily. My Chemical Romance were there playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. Gerard looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection, but it didn't matter, because I knew that we were the only true ones for each other. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red striped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy My Chemical Romance t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we started moshing to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It wasn't them at all. It was Volsimort and the Death Dealers. What the fuck, Draco? I'm not going to a concert with you, I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time. even if it's My Chemical Romance and you know how much I licked them. What? Because he gadgeted uncomfortably, because guys don't like to talk about you-know-what. Yeah, because I yielded in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time we're going with an escort. Oh my fucking god, what the fuck? Are you giving in to the mainstream? I asked. So, I guess you're a prep or a Christina or what now? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shooted angrily. Inobi, I'm not. Please come with me. He fell down to his knees and started singing The World is Black by Good Charlotte to me. I was flattened because that's not even a single. He had memorized the lyrics just for me. Okay, then I guess I will have to, I said. And then we Frenched for a while and I went up to my room. Bloody Mary was standing there. Hang on, wait. Yes, I'm fucking committed to this bit.
Hajime Mashite.
There we go. Girl, she said happily. She spec Japanese, so do I. That means how do you do in Japanese. By the way, Willow, that fucking poser got expelled. She failed all her classes and she skipped math. And Raven, you fucking suck. Fuck you. Serves that fucking bick right. I laughed angrily. Well, anyway, we were feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like Das Nightmare before Xmas. Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii. Bloody Ma shook her head graphically, lethargically. Oh yeah. Oh, have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her and then Lupin did it with her because he's a necrophiliac. Kawaii. I commented. Happily, we talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. Oh hey, by the way, I'm going to a concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade with My Chemical Romance, I said. I need to wear like the hot said outfit. Ava? Bloody Mary nodded energetically. Oh my fucking god, totally, let's go shopping. In Hot Topic, right? I asked, already getting out my spherical Hot Topic loyalty card. No, my head snapped up. What? My head spun? I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, are you a prep? No, she laughed. I found some cool gothic stores near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told you about them? I asked. Sure, it would be Draco or Diablo or Vampire. Don't even say that name. Nam to me. Or me. Dumbledore, she said. Let's just call our Broms. Oh my fucking god. Dumbledore, I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw the map for Hogsmeade on his desk. She told me. Come on, let's go. We are going in for a few punk goth stores, specially for the concerts in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was, oh my god, hotter than Jared, except not, because that's impossible, and he gave me a few dresses. We only have these for the real goths. The real goths, me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many posers there are in this town, man. Yesterday, Lupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. Oh my fucking god, no, they're gonna spy on me again, I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tulle coming out and a very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it looks totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what, I'm gonna give it to you free, cause you look really hot in that unfit. Hey, are you gonna be at the concert tonight? He asked. Yeah, I am actually. I looked up at him. Hey, by the way, my name's Ebondi Darkness Dementia Tearaway. What's yours? Tom Ridd, he said, and ran a hand through his black-dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight. Yeah, I don't think so, because I'm going there with my BF Draco, you sick perv, I yelled angrily. But before he could beg me to go with him, Hagrid flew in with his black broom, looking worried. Oh my fucking god, Ebony, you need Ott get back into the castle now. God, that was a fucking travesty. Yes, I know that I have brought shame onto our local weeaboo family, but in all fairness, this story is degrading my brain to the point where I can barely speak English, let alone Japanese. Tom Ridd. That's interesting. Tom Ridd? Is that supposed to be Tom Riddle? Okay, oh, spoilers, he shows up in that, alright. Later on, but yeah, okay, so Tom Riddle and Voldemort are separate characters then. Okay, that's good to know. Chapter 17. Author's note. I said stop flimmin' the styro. If you're a prep, then not read it. You can tell whether you're a prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you're not, then you rock. If you are, then fuck off. If you're not, then fuck off. Piz Willow isn't really a prep. Raven, please do this. I'll promise to give you back your poster. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said he would help us with makeup if he wanted, cause he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting at us to yeah, right. Do the quiz. Is the quiz here? Is the quiz there? Hang on, wait. Oh, my immortal quicks. Alright then. Let's see, log in. Okay. Do you cut your...
The Wi-Fi's down.
Do you cut yourself? Yes, but it doesn't kill me. You need steak to kill me. No. Yeah, but I don't get scars. I guess we'll go with this, because it doesn't kill me. No. Do you wear foundation? Yes, to cover up my zits. Yes, why? Yes, to cover up my zips. No, I'm too pale. Alright, well, I can already tell that, the brilliant, author of My Immortal, for all her infinite wisdom, is unfortunately racist. So, I do not wear foundation, so I guess this is the only one I have to go for. Where do you shop? Hot Topic, Walmart, Goth Store. Well, Walmart, I don't think exists in the UK. I don't know if Hot Topic does. But, Goth Store, I guess. Yeah. Fave color, black, pink, anything goth. Oh, you got Poser? Yeah. that's a shocker. And I don't mean that. I really mean it. Favorite color, black. Yeah. How many ridiculous, unnecessary middle names do you have? Darkness, dementia, Raven. No, I'm none. I'm Emily Elizabeth Smith. None. My name is just Black. Well, I don't think any of these apply to me because I don't have 3 middle names. But I'm not Emily Elizabeth Smith either. So, none. My name is just Black. I mean, my name is, I suppose there's nothing particularly black about my name, but it belongs to a black person, so I guess we'll go with this. Fave band, Good Charlotte, My Chemical Romance, Care Bears, On Fire, Avril Lavigne. I mean, I don't know about you, but Care Bears on Fire sounds fucking good. Sounds fucking fire. But I listened to One Chemical Romance song and that was alright. So I guess I'll go with this. Oh, cool, I'm gothic. You are for real gothic. You heart emo boys and you cut yourself. You also love My Chemical Romance and Good Charlotte. And I saw you talking to Draco. Do you like him? I mean, personally, I'm more of a Luna man myself, but, yeah. Alright, well, that was atrocious. I hate you for suggesting that. Let's go back.
Hajime Mashite.
How far along are we into this? Lovely. Right. Okay, hang on, bitch. Right, we'll go from here. Hey, bitch, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly, 'cause Willow's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with blood red lace on it, and a black blood red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a real nice body with big bobs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic. So, are you going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm gone with Diablo, she answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diablo came. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell they thought we were hot too. Diablo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons of off makeup, just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black Good Charlotte t-shirt, and black Vans he got from the Warped Tower. Bloody Mart was going to the concert with Dracola. Dracola used to be called Neville. Is that how you spell Neville? I haven't read Harry Potter in a while. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's okay, so it isn't. Alright. Dracola used to be called Naval, but it turned out that he was kidnapped at birth and his real family were vampires. They died in a car crash. Naval converted to Satanism and he went goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans and shoes and black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, we all went to Draco's Black Mercy Benz. Get it? 'Cause we're ifk that his dad Lucan gave him. We did pot, coke and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We got there. I gasped. Jared was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and he had an amazing ethnic voice. We moshed to Helena and some odder songs. Suddenly, Jared pulled off his mask, and so did the other members. I gasped. It wasn't Jared at all. It was an ugly preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. For fuck's sake, not again. Oh, God. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. You moronic idiots, he shouted angstily. Enobi, I told you to kill Vampire. Thou hast failed, and now I shall kill thou and Draco. No, no, please, we begged sadly. But he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shotted a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore. What a twist. Something out there. Something in this picked my mind. What was it? Picked my notice. What was it? Oh yeah. Long black hair. Yeah. Oh god. For some reason, like the actual like they actually spelled "come" there, but like it's not even that didn't make me laugh as much as it does with this one. For fuck's sake, man. I like Big Bobs. I like Big Bobs too. Don't worry. We all like Big Bobs here. Bib Bob's got a big boob, bib. Chapter 18. Author's note. I said stop flamming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. In your nut, a prep. Thanks for my sweater. P.S. The order Ensign Dumbledore swore is cause he turned to be Gothic, so dare. Well, you know, at least, the author and Raven are back together again, you know, like, honestly, that friendship was truly, I feel, destined to last a lifetime, and I am just glad that it is back on track. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood bed lipstick, a black, really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped inside and in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before Draco and I went back to the skull, get it, skull, cause I'm Gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR broom. We went back to our rooms and we had a you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. There all the walls were painted black and all the tables were black too. But see, there was pink paint underneath the black pant. And there were pastors of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. What the fuck? I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with a Good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Jared Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in cause they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying, as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation and he had dyed his hair black. Dumbledore won. We all gasped. What the fuck? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Hello everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What'd you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer, while we Goths just looked at each other all disgusted and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was, one. By the way, you can call me Albert, he called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Like Jared. But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. I didn't know that they made branded brooms. Okay, yeah, I know that. Linkin Park song. There's a Linkin Park song called Linkin Park. No, all right. Not that I would have been able to play it anyway, but all right. So, just to update, I think I'm going to go up to chapter 22. Because how long have we been going for? Yeah, an hour and an hour and a half about. So yeah. So I think I am going to carry on until chapter 22. I'll see how I feel what the thing is then. And at the very least I'm going to take a break, or if not I might stop for tonight because no, there's still so much to go because that's exactly halfway through. So I think that might be the plan. But for now, let's continue. Chapter 19. I'm not okay, I promise. Author's note. Please stop flaming the story. If you are, you're a forking prep. You're jealous, okay, 1-1. From Nok Gong to Delt your men revials, 1-1-1. By the way, every and a poor blood so dare, 1. Fangs to Raven from the help, 1-1. All day, we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to My Chemical Romance concert. It had been postponed, so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was when he got all mad at me and started crying all hot and angsty. Runt sensitive bi guys are so hot. No one fucking understands me, 1, he shouted angrily as his black hair went into his blue eyes like Billy Joel in Boulevard of Broken Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR shirt and a black dye, get it, instead of tie, 'cause I'm gothic. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it, a black leather mini, black high-held boots, and a crossbelly thing. My hair was all up in a messy, really high bun like Amy Lee in Gong Under. Email me if you want to see the pic. Accuse me. What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted. But it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily. Cring. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces. Like Benji in the video for Girls and Boys, Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. Suddenly Hagrid came. He had apparated. You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. What the fuck do you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't Hagrid. Someone else was with him too. For a second I wanted it to be Tom Riddle or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his black wannabe Gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? No, you know who My Chemical Romance are? I gasped. No, I just saw there was a concert that a lot of goths and punks were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. Next stream when? I don't know. Obviously time will be limited next week, but after that, I mean, you know, after that, like, we'll have a lot of free time, so who knows really. Hopefully soon. Flaming, flaming, yeah, insulting, like, yeah, that's it, basically, just leaving like bad stuff in. Chapter 20. Author's note. I said I naughty cur what you think. Stoff flamin okay preps 1. Fangs to Raven 4 da help 1. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and a black gothic compact boots. My Chemical Romance were going to the concert again, since Volksimort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrists while I moshed to My Chemical Romance in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to Fang You for the Venom. I got all mad about it and turned it off, but I sacredly hopped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again. What the fucking hell are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come rape me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us to be careful around him and Snape since he was a pedo. No, actually, get it, hell? Oh, sorry that pun kind of threw me for a loop for a minute. Can I borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Yeah, so you can fuck your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, gong away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick, white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching. 1. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot. They both shooted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. They got up. Normally I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it, but they were fucking, both of them were fucking preps. By the way, Snake is moved to Gryffindor now. What the fuck, is that why you wanted condoms? I asked it sadistically. See, I spelled that. Only you wouldn't give them to me. Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me, I replayed. You dimwit, Snake began to shoot angrily, and then took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me. They both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now, next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was a vampire looking extremely fucking hot. What the fuck? Where Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's been a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't... He told me he wouldn't come. Vampire said, shaking his head. You wanna come with me to the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said My Chemical Romance 666 on it. The one on the back said Ebony on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. My Chemical Romance were there playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in the corner. Harley, you didn't know what AU meant? Oh, you innocent fucker. Who's writing the Oh god, you're writing the Praxis Hogwarts AU. Can I incorporate Homestuck Romance into it? Absolutely. If you end up writing that, I want that shit to be as fucking degenerate as possible. Just make sure it's Twitch friendly so I can read it. Chapter 21. Author's note. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong, okay? That bitch Raven, cuz it fuck you preps. One whoops soz Raven. Thanks for the help. By the way, Transylvania rocks hard. One, I even got to go to the castle where Dracula was filmed. Later, we all went into the Skull. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He stated to run out of the place in a suicidal way. I stated to cry because I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, Enobi, said Vampire comfortingly. I'll make him better. You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come. He began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophobe, then fuck off. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invisibility cloak. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch, a Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? Filth. Filth nodded, and then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, cause now we were ruining away from him, and then we saw Draco crying in busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess though. Draco wept. We went back to our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See, isn't that the present? On the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and I suddenly had a vision of what was something that was happening right now. There was a knock on the door, and Fung and the mystery of magic walked into the school. 1. Fung, Fudge, Cornelia Fudge. Alright, I think he's the Minister of Magic. Yeah, that's the Ministry of Magic, yeah. What was this? What's this? The skull. Okay, whatever. Fuck me. I'm adding in home. Fine, it won't be too not safe for work. Not safe for work. Lovely. Well, I'd love it if you absolutely wrote it as that, but then like for the Twitch version, you just black out everything. No, so I just have like the screen there, and like I'm reading it, and all of a sudden there's just this massive paragraph of just blacked out text. I don't know. I think that would be funny. Send suggestions for Gothic's names. Ooh. Gothic's names. That'll be interesting. I'll have to think about that, won't we? Alright. How long is this? Ooh, getting close to 20 minutes past. Alright. I'll censor it in Discord. Spoiler. Yeah. Lovely stuff. Alright. So, I think this will be it. I'm not sure when part 2 will be, but we'll just have to see, won't we? Chapter 22. Author's note. Shut the fuck up. Prep stop flamin', okay? If you don't like it, fuck off. I know it's not Mr. Norris. It's Raven's fault, okay? 1-1. You suck 1. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock. Preps suck 1. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black My Chemical Romance shirt and black bear jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Jared Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. That's all he gets. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's all he gets. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all her cleavage with a white apron that said "Bich" and other swear words and My Chemical Romance lyrics on it, kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who is Jenny. Oh, alright, Jenny. Jenny. Is it Jenny or Ginny? I swear it was Ginny. Alright, I got Darkness. What? What the fuck? Yeah, Ginny. Alright. Do they spell it that way in America or something? Jesus. Alright. Darkness, who is Ginny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diablo, Crab Goyle's dad was a vampire too. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Stanism. Oh my fucking god, I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? Enobi, something is really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put on my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright, we have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said, smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the great hall and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the great hall we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry or Voldemort will kill your students. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily, but we cannot do this. We cannot close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school, and her name is Enoni, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary all looked at each other. I gasped. And with that, quite the cliffhanger, isn't it? God, we left off on a good spot. That's a good spot. I think that's great. Oh, Jesus. That was an experience. Oh, that was a fucking experience. Oh, Jesus. But now I'm curious what the plot will be. Yeah, exactly. I mean, all this time, we thought that Harry was the chosen one. But, nah. It's, Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Wept. Alright. Well, thank you all for coming, even though you're the ones who forced me into doing this. So in a sense, also, fuck you all. But yeah, thank you for coming anyway. Not too sure when we'll look at the next 22 chapters. They're looking all... I'm not sure how long they'll be, but it'll be interesting to see. Definitely. Enoni. I meant for the Praxis AU. Oh yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah. Let me know when that comes out. Yeah. Yeah, fuck my immortal. That's the real thing. Yeah. Oh God. But yeah. Oh, I need to go have dinner. This was probably the worst stream I've ever done, and I cannot wait to continue it. I'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it done this weekend. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I'll be signing off now, and yeah. Bye. Good luck with that story. Jesus Christ.